what's up everybody? Sami here.
Mimi.
Christina. Ronan. Alright. As some of you may know, I recently welcomed a new baby into my life. However, despite this joyful addition, I find myself busier than ever with the work, spending most of the time in the office. Okay. Unfortunately, I cannot devote as much time as I like to the little one. That's why I always try out different home security cameras. In fact, I own several of them. This way, I can keep an eye on my family whenever I want, as if I'm right here with them. So when Uncle reached out to me with the latest indoor cam S350, claiming to offer many advantages that I actually need, especially for the kids, I thought, why not, right? So in this video, let's take an in-depth look at it. All right, now let's take a quick look at the design of this indoor cam S350. This is so cute, right? Looking like an alien, a cute baby alien, you know, from outer space, whatever. So here we have two lenses, one is the 4K wide angle lens and the other is 2K telephoto lens, and together combined they give you like 8 times hybrid zoom. We'll test out that later. Also we see a small hole between the two lenses, that's the microphone. And here we have the status LED, and move to the bottom we have the sync button here, also, you know, 4 little rubber stands to prevent it from falling off the desk or something. Here's some basic information there. If you look closely, we have a USB-C port here to connect to the power source. And moving to the back, we have the speaker, a QR code to let you connect to your phone. And you might also wonder, oh, where do I put that SD card? Ooh, here we have just insert. Okay, so cute and much smaller than I think. I just grab with one hand. Looks like my baby, an alien baby. And now let's connect it to my phone.
Setup was successful.
Ooh, successful, as you can see now. Alright, now that we've covered the basics for the camera, let's dive into the highlights. I print out all of the highlights here. As you can see, it's quite a substantial document. Let's just test them one by one to see if it can truly hold up. Let's get started. Well, this is closely tied to your internet connection. If your internet is poor, you'll likely end up with footage like this, full of mosaics. However, if your internet is good, you'll enjoy crystal clear footage like the one you're seeing here. It's important to note that this footage isn't even in 4K, it's 1080p. As you can see from the app, you can easily switch to 3 times zoom. Everything remains incredibly clear. I can discern even the finest details. What's even more impressive is that you can use just 2 fingers to zoom in up to 8 times on the screen for an even closer view. You can even see that small text on the packaging. Wow! Now let's take a look at the night footage. When your internet connection is strong, everything appears crystal clear. With this 8 times zoom, I can literally see how much milk is left in my son's bottle. And now about the 360 pan and tilt. The S350 offers impressive 360-degree pan and 75-degree tilt capabilities. In fact, it goes beyond that by providing a full 360-degree panoramic view. It continuously scans its surroundings, automatically turning its head to provide you with a comprehensive view of this environment. One standout feature that I really appreciate is its support for 4 preset positions. I can designate specific areas like my front door or sofa as default positions. And the next time I want to view these areas, all I need to do is tap the corresponding image on the screen and the camera swiftly repositions itself, making it incredibly convenient. Additionally, you have the option to define activity zones. For instance, I set up a zone around my front door. I test this feature, and as soon as I entered that designated area, I received an immediate pop-up notification alerting me that someone has been detected. It's really cool and useful feature. The third feature I'm putting to the test is the smart AI functionality. Essentially, it can detect humans or pets moving around in your house and automatically track their movements. I gave it a try, and I must say it's impressively responsive and highly accurate, sometimes to a point that's almost eerie. To be honest, it tracks your every move, which can be both cool and slightly unsettling. But here's the good news, you can easily deactivate this feature at the bottom of the settings, and then it won't be active anymore. And speaking of that, one important feature that I want to mention is the privacy button. You can simply activate it right on the preview page within the app. When you do this, the camera will immediately shut off and turn its head back to you, almost as if it's acknowledging that it's respecting your privacy. It's a much needed feature for anyone who values having a private space at home. As I mentioned at the beginning, the S350 offers some fantastic advantages for parents, and I couldn't overlook this. First, it boasts crying sound detection. When your baby starts crying, the camera immediately detects it and notifies you. I put this to a test. Oh, my baby is crying now, and worked like a charm. As soon as my baby cried, I received a pop-up notification that read crying detection. It's an incredibly responsive feature and comes in handy, especially when I'm in my office. It allows me to stay informed about what's happening at home. Another noteworthy feature is the two-way audio. The audio quality from the camera speaker is like this. So what you're hearing now is the audio from the eufy S350. Please let me know if it's really good or not. Good, right? Even when my internet connection is not that good. This is an essential feature for someone like me who spends more of their time in the office. It enables seamless communication and monitoring from a distance. Alright, that's the video. I put everything they've highlighted to test, and I must say it's all very impressive and lived up to its claims. As a new father, I particularly appreciate features like the baby sound crying detection, AI tracking, and two-way audio, in addition to the fantastic zoomable 4K crystal clear footage. Like I mentioned, I also own some other home security cameras like the one from Innabot, which is pretty cool. It has wheels and can move around on the ground. But that also means my daughter can sometimes pick it up and place it goodness knows where. Then I cannot even connect to it when I want to view the footage. However, with S350, I can position it to a place she cannot access, preventing her from interfering with it. So these two types of home cameras complement each other and contribute to a safe and cozy home. And if you are interested in this eufy indoor cam S350, please check out the link in the description and consider getting one for yourself. It's budget friendly and it can greatly enhance your safety and connectivity of your home with your loved ones, even when you are not physically with them. Thanks for watching. I'm Sami. We'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.